January 5th, 2021 meeting of the Berlin Board of Health. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything you broadcast may be captured by the recording. My name's Paul McKelk, Chairman of the Board of Health. Let me confirm all members and persons anticipated to be on the agenda that are present and can hear me prior to calling the meeting to order. Bob Wheeler.
Present.
Sue Rivera.
I am here.
Donna.
Yep.
And
Oh, I just got a
Bill.
text from Bill.
And Bill's here. He's just not on screen yet, I guess.
Yeah, he
got a
just
text.
texted. Okay. So do you have to promote him, Sue? Because he's texting.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to him.
Okay. Cool beans. Oh, I gotta mute my phone then too. There we go. Turn that down.
Hello.
There he is. Hey, Bill.
I was there a bit earlier, but I lost my connection. I hope that doesn't continue.
I did too. Happy New Year.
You too.
I don't anticipate any other speakers or attendance in this meeting, although somebody can certainly connect in while we're doing it, and we'll have to call them to our attention when that happens. With a quorum of the Board of Health present, I call this meeting to order at, I have 7:03 or 4, close enough, I believe. This open meeting of the Berlin Board of Health is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with the right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Berlin website at www.townofberlin.com. In order to mitigate the transmission of COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of the public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. While no in-person attendance of members of the public is permitted, every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. The standard public comment portion of this meeting will accommodate limited public comment. For this meeting, the Berlin Board of Health is convening using the Zoom platform as posted on the agenda, identifying how the public may join. The public is encouraged to follow along during this meeting using the posted agenda unless I note otherwise. Supporting materials that are available this evening to members of the board can be made available to the public by request. We will now turn to the first item on the agenda. And with that, I will hand it off to you, Bill.
Yep. We've got number 7 and actually 8 for tobacco permits tonight. One just came in. It's not on the agenda. First is Berlin Auto Service, 51 West Street. Paul has signed that, and based on approval at tonight's meeting, I'll get that to the owner. And just received today was the mobile station at 265 Central Street. So I've drafted that also, And good timing today, Paul was in the office and signed that. So if the board's all set with those, I'll get them to the owners. And Sue, just as an aside, Mary was nice enough to take our permit and actually put it in a PDF so that I can call it up and fill it right out on the computer and print it. Because I was using her typewriter and she said, geez, why don't we just make this a form? And now it's on the computer.
Great.
So those are the 2 tobacco permits.
Okay. 186 Highland Street.
Yeah, that is a permit that had been issued. That's that existing barn on the left after you pass Randall Road if you're heading towards Bolton. Bob O'Brien. It had a permit back in 2009. It's obviously long since expired, so they're reapplying to get a new permit, and it does require a sewer line length variance, so we'd like to schedule that hearing.
Okay.
And I've got, if we go 2 meetings out, I've got February 2nd at 7:30, if that works.
Works for me.
And if that works, I will get hearing notice to town clerk, post it, and get it to owner and engineer.
February 2nd it is.
Yep. And discussion not on there, but I don't know if Paul might have an update on the Bellevue Road auto situation.
Yeah, not much of an update. Drove by there this morning, saw the owner stuffing recyclables into his Ford Bronco, turned around to talk to him and he was gone. I spoke with Chief Galvin shortly thereafter. Chief was there earlier today, didn't get a response, but he and Officer Shartner noticed 3 additional cars in the field immediately on the left as soon as you turn onto Bellevue. So he was going to investigate the ownership of that property. I believe it is Mills because I know Tom has some cobblestone on the edge of that field, which leads me to believe that someone of the Mills owns that property, but Tom's going to follow up on that. He's still trying to make a visitation with Vaughn Thompson to start removing some vehicles. This is just not going well at all. I've left a message with Montechusett Elder Affairs, have not heard back. I need to try again tomorrow. Tom did notice that the owner was putting approximately 10 gallons of fuel oil in the oil fill for heating his house. So that's both good news and scary news in that the heating system is working, but 10 gallons of fuel in this weather does not last very long. So, I mean, as it has been all along, it's just a potential pending disaster. And we're reaching the point where we're going to have some discussion with Montechusett, with Tom, Bill, myself, in terms of do we take some next hard steps? Something that we've all been trying to make not happen because everybody gives up control and say in that situation. And we're trying to be sensitive to the resident. Other than that, I have nothing new to add to that situation. It's more status quo.
So Paul, I assume the chief will continue to try to get out there with Vaughn.
Yes, he will.
Like
I'm sorry, in talking with Tom, he was going to continue to pursue contact with the owner.
okay.
And pursue removal of some vehicles.
Yep, and I guess just try Leanne at Montechusett and see
I will
if she's got a
call her.
plan.
Yep, I will call her tomorrow.
Um,
Bobby,
I think the owner has a good, excuse me, rapport with Vaughn. I hope that goes somewhere, so. I know that, you know,
well, the hardcore reality is good relationship on the surface is one thing. Wanting to let go is
Right.
a mental hurdle. So,
right.
you
Well,
know,
what,
at least there's commonality between the two. So hopefully that will help to your
Right.
point. So
right,
it
Well,
remains to be seen.
yeah. Well, I'm fine with that, but the cars are a zoning issue, actually, Paul, more than a health, right? But they are
Well,
blocking.
no,
they're
well,
blocking.
it's certainly first and foremost a zoning issue, but we're looking at rusty gas tanks, oil pans.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's
Yeah,
potential hazard to
yeah,
groundwater, well water.
yeah. Entry to the house, if, yeah,
You know,
I guess, yeah, right.
there's
big
no
No.
excusing around any of it at this point.
No. The cars at the bottom of the hill, I think, have been there for 20 years, Paul. I'm not kidding you. I
I'm
think they're
sure.
half covered, but they are on the, I think they own that property, but I don't know. Did anybody talk to his brother or Tom at all?
Of course, we've been in communication with the brother, but
Okay,
they are not in communication, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah, well, thank you.
Family stuff.
Yes, okay. All right.
Okay, 186 Highland, 15 Bailey, Bill.
Yeah, that's a distribution box that Paul Wheeler replaced a couple weeks ago based on a Title V inspection report that's on our list tonight. But again, while he was there, had it open, it makes sense to get it done the way the weather's been.
Sure.
Yep. So I'll sign that.
That has not been done yet?
It was done, I think it was December 15th. Yep.
Oh,
He
okay.
called me, I gave him a verbal, he did the work, and now we're following up with the paperwork. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
sign that permit for the board if you see it fit and get moving on a certificate of compliance.
19 Car Road, I believe that's, they have a garbage grinder and a softener discharge into their septic.
Correct. Yep. So again, timing was good. I drafted a letter today. Paul was there to sign it, so we'll zip that off to the owner. This Title V is being done. Mark Rhodes is looking to divide the lots out there. So that triggers the Title V on the existing home. So that's what prompted this.
Is that Fougier, or?
No.
No.
I don't have it right in front of me. I forget.
That's not the name I saw. I didn't recognize the name, but it wasn't that, Bobby.
Yeah, all right, doesn't matter, Mitchell.
So there are lots out there?
Well, the existing house lot is large enough and has a frontage enough for a A&R.
Is that the last property on Carr?
It must
No,
be.
I think it's the house before the entrance to the golf, the country club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the right or on the left?
On the right, and it's got a nice wall with fencing.
Right, stone wall.
Nice entrance in front of the house. Yep.
I believe a former pitcher for the Red Sox once lived there.
Oh yeah.
Mitchell, yeah.
Mitchell, yep.
Yep. Huh.
Okay. What else do you have, Bill?
Highland Ridge. I do have the revised plans from the engineer. I had hoped to get them today, but just ran out of time. So, I mean, I guess I'm asking the board, if the plans look good and I draft the permits, can we get them started on building permits? The state is all set with the well. It's a public water supply well. It's farther enough along in the process where they're comfortable with issuing building permits. So the last item is, the distribution of sewage. So we've got plans. I met with the engineer. I'm assuming his revised plans addressed my concerns, in which case I can, draft the permits.
Okay, you saw an initial set of plans and then bounced them back to the engineer?
met with the engineer at the office, gave him his list, and I do have the plans back. I just haven't had the time to look at them.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, based on what you see, what you find, just get back to myself and I'll pass it on to the board, but
Okay.
if everything's copacetic, I don't see any reason why we should delay anymore.
Yeah, I mean, once I review the plans, I'll let the board know. If it's all good, we could get a few building permits going and I could have the permits officially at next meeting.
Okay,
But as long as I know the plans are technically complete, that shouldn't be an issue.
okay.
With me.
Sue or Bobby or Donna,
Yeah.
do you have anything that any of you would like to bring up? I've got a couple more things, but first, let's go with you folks. Oh, Bill, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I did get another Title V inspection report. I mean, I like to take care of them when we get them for 47 Hill Road. It's a straightforward pass, so.
What
you know,
road?
the board's good with that. 47 Barnes Hill.
47 Barnes Hill.
I don't have it in front of me. I dropped the board's copy off at the office today, so I don't know the last name, but I think it's probably halfway up the hill, probably on the left, I would imagine.
Did it pass?
It did. It was a straightforward pass. That's why I figured we could put it on the list for tonight and just get it done.
Yep.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yes.
19 Car Road, did that pass?
It passed, but it had a garbage grinder which has to be removed and a water filter discharge into the system which has to be removed. So we've drafted a letter to the owner indicating that. So that doesn't trigger a fail or a conditional pass, but it does need to be addressed. So we have a letter that we send the owner.
Okay.
And they have to respond back in writing that
Correct.
those things have been disconnected.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Donna, you're taking notes. So.
I know, I'm trying to write.
Yeah, Donna,
That's-
actually in the to be filed tray is the board's copy of that letter. Cause like I say, Paul was in today, so he was able to sign those.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Sue.
I just wanted to report that after reading Jim Garaffi's letter, giving us an update on the vaccines, that I attempted to fill out the volunteer sheet, of course, with PDF, and I couldn't get into it. So I emailed them to Jim and Tamara, volunteering to help at the Boxborough Clinic on January 20th to help inoculate the first responders. Now, I know I can't give shots, but I'm good at paperwork and I can direct traffic. I can empty waste baskets.
I know you've given me a couple good shots over the years. So.
That's good.
Well, I told
Oh,
them
those kind of shots. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm pretty good at giving
was good.
shots. I give myself one every day, but I don't think they're gonna let me do that part.
So this is this is a clinic in Boxborough?
Yeah, it's the Nashoba Clinic. They're setting up for first responders and they're looking for volunteers.
No,
Now,
okay.
they're really looking for EMTs, nurses, whatever. But there are other jobs there that need to be done, like screening, taking the temperature,
It's got to be busy work, sure.
Yeah, so I put my name in.
Oh, excellent.
You know, instead of being part of the problem, I thought maybe I should be part of the solution.
And I think
Boxborough.
even more importantly, being there and participating, you may learn some things that may help us out when our turn comes.
That's right. The faster,
That's
them
really
done.
proactive. Excellent.
the faster we can get our seniors vaccinated.
I'm out of gold stars, but you get one.
Okay.
That was
No, really, that's super. That's very
Right.
good. It's very good.
Now, did you say Foxborough or Boxborough?
Boxborough with a B as in boy.
Boxborough, okay. Yeah,
As
I'd love to
opposed
help
to-
too, but
Boxborough, which is off 495, as opposed to Boxford, which is
yeah, I know where that
in
is, yeah.
North
Yeah, I think
Shore.
they're doing it in the old Sheridan Hotel.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever that
Yeah.
hotel is, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
What day of the week is the 20th, do you know?
a Wednesday, and then they're also doing it on that Saturday, which is the 23rd
Oh, that's my daughter's.
And that's this month, Sue?
in January. Yes,
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I'm-
23rd, you said?
23rd. Now, I haven't heard back. They may just turn me down flat because maybe they want real professionals. But, I mean, how good a garbage collector do you need? So,
Yeah. Well, I'm a former EMT, but I don't know if that would be good enough. So,
Are you really?
yep,
Oh, wow.
way back, way back. We're not going to tell you how long ago.
All right, I'll be a gentleman and not ask. But
Thank
but I've even looked on
good
the
background.
the state website, if you're an EMT or firefighter or police person, you have to bring your credentials. Your
Right.
credentials, a copy of your pay stub, stuff to validate that you're entitled to get the vaccine. So
Right.
somebody's got to look at all that and screen it and do
Huh.
what
Yeah.
I thought maybe I could help.
Volunteers may actually be inoculated when you're there for safety and volunteering too, so.
Whatever, it's, other than thinking about how I can use my husband as target practice, I wanted to do something.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that
well.
Saturday wasn't my daughter's birthday, I would have volunteered, but I got both my kids' birthdays this month.
So that's all I had. I mean, it looks like they've got a plan. They're trying to move forward. It's just real slow.
Yeah.
And I was getting very frustrated why things aren't happening.
We have been, the elementary school and the Board of Health has been approached by a resident who wants to start having some youth basketball at the elementary school. I haven't spoken with Mr. Campbell yet. I did review some paperwork Bill printed out relative to the protocols surrounding that. And I need to respond, and I'm not going to get into all the details of the protocols because I'd only mess it up without reading it to you and putting you all to sleep. But I'm kind of the feeling, Bill and I chatted briefly this morning, it's like, we understand people's desire, wish, need to find some normalcy in life, but now's just not the right time to be doing that sort of thing, because it just, I know of a Christmas gathering that had quite a few people in town, and the hostess has tested positive rather for COVID-19. And, I just hope this doesn't turn into some kind of little mini super spreader. So I'm not giving the board much detail to go on, but I'd ask you to weigh in. I mean, we're talking basketball, youth interaction. It's just, I
think
don't
it's too-
see it right now. I really don't.
I think it's too early too, Paul. I think that I don't think we know enough about it, and per se, it's children too, so we don't want to
Right.
be liable for the school or anything, so I'd
You know,
hold off.
if we were 3 months down the road with vaccinations and so
Right.
forth, it'd probably
Yep.
be a different look-see. But right now, I personally would be against it, and I'm not looking for an official vote, but I take your point, Bobby, Sue.
I'd say tell them to take the game outside. Because it's just, the numbers are just too high, daily highs. And we're not gonna get anywhere by rushing anything.
No, I think that's been demonstrated by what happened after Thanksgiving, and we're still waiting to see what happens with Christmas. You know, and the underlying story here with this COVID is, I'm afraid a lot of the public, once they get a vaccination, they're gonna go, okay, it's over.
That's,
And, and it's far from over.
Yeah.
No.
I gave up my Christmas and my Thanksgiving
me
and
too.
my New Year's, even though I wouldn't have done anything anyways. I stayed home.
Yeah.
Me too.
I don't need anybody else going up and screwing it up.
Yep.
Well, between you and I haven't been anywhere. We didn't go anywhere New Year's. The only place I've been is to my mom's house, you know, to feed the dog and out. And that, my daughter's been keeping that chlorine clean. And somehow I picked up a cold right now. And I don't think I have COVID, but I have a pretty good cold. And, you know, it's just, and I've been clean and, you know, away from people.
Yeah, and it's really what we need to do. Okay, a couple other
think you gotta-
things. Bill, I don't really have anything else for you. Anybody have anything for Bill, or Bill, do you have anything further for us?
No, I do not.
Because I know you have a lot of meetings during the week, and we don't need to burn any more of your time here than necessary.
I'll be waking up to Lancasters tomorrow.
You like looking at them, you know?
We always enjoy his company. It's helpful and fruitful, but everybody has a life too.
Well, I look forward to meeting in person someday. I missed that, but
Yeah,
this is
well,
a
we
good
do too.
alternative.
We do too.
Go in peace, Bill.
All right, I'm sure we'll be talking. I'll keep you guys posted on anything that comes up.
Okay.
All right, good night.
Bill.
Bye.
There's been I'll use the word issue. I don't like it, but Pete's had a problem with the cell phone the chief gave him down there this past fall. He burned Peg's ear a couple weeks ago, and that made the rounds to all of the select board, to Margaret, and I responded to them all saying that Chief Galvin and I were working with Pete relative to the phone, and that I thought the select board had more important problems to deal with than a telephone at the transfer station. I subsequently asked for contact information for all the board members, select board members, and they gave it to me. But I was shaking my head. And it turns out that he sort of jumped June this past Saturday at the transfer station. And he was there, inquiring about copies of old phone bills to find out how much it was costing and blah, blah, blah. I saw the chief today. He has a brand new phone that the charger mounts on the desk. The phone goes into the charger. It's a smartphone. He's going to show Pete basic operation. It's probably far more versatile than what's needed down there. But as I pointed out to the chief and Margaret today, that never, ever once have I ever received a call from the transfer station on the transfer station line. It's always Pete's personal cell phone. So I personally have a little issue with how big a deal this is he's made of this. Hopefully that will be put to bed tomorrow. Yes, Donna.
There is a landline down there. Is that?
That was taken out for cost effectiveness.
Okay, wasn't aware of that. Okay,
Well, that's what precipitated this whole thing. Chief, who
okay.
kind of in charge of technology for the town in a sense,
Okay,
made that move. He had checked with me. I told him, fine, go ahead and do it back in the fall.
I think you
And
brought
the
it up with
phone-
us.
The phone that went in there supposedly went dead all the time and all that. Chief was down there yesterday. Had a 45-minute phone conversation with his wife on this new phone from all areas of the transfer station, and no calls were dropped. So, you know, he kind of flushed it out, so it should be okay.
Okay.
You ran that by us all at a meeting, Paul. Well, we said, you know, that when we were giving up that line, and it was fine.
Yep, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make a note, Donna.
Yep.
Private note. And we'll see how long it takes for our
Next complaint.
to come up with a new thing.
Yeah.
I'll say about 2 or 3 weeks. And you'll find something else.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks because I was there this Friday and he wasn't, and I wasn't there last Friday.
Okay.
So I'm sure when I see him this Friday, maybe he'll fill me in. So, because it's the first I've heard of any of this. So,
Well, he picks and chooses who he wants to
Getting tortured.
register his issues with.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he should be chasing people down at the transfer. He should
No.
go through you or somebody on the board, correct, Paul?
Well, that's kind of my feeling, Bobby. And I was disappointed that he burned Peg's ear, and then she got on and I sent her an email saying, you know, a simple phone call to me would have sufficed. Why, I didn't say it, but why is the select board getting involved in this?
Exactly.
You know, and why involve Margaret? Between the chief of police and the board of health, or myself in particular, I think we can handle it.
Yeah. We know his MO, that's all.
Oh, well, that's what it boils down to.
Yep. So,
We do need to call an individual by the name of Joseph Ledger on South Street, who is looking for a discounted transfer station sticker.
There is no such thing.
Well,
I mean, now you're gonna offer him a half-year sticker.
that's where I'm going.
Okay.
is he a new resident?
Well, all I know is he left a message. Bill texted me and said he wants to talk about a discounted sticker. Now, I know we have offered half-year stickers in the past. And maybe somebody can help me because I don't remember what the monetary value of those were.
Half price.
yeah.
Half price.
And that was
And
someone that moved in.
If we're at 195, half price is half of that.
Yep.
And
Is he elderly, Paul, or?
I have no details.
Yeah, me.
That's
Was
why
there-
he needs a call to ferret this out. And
Did they leave a number or?
no, just a name and address.
Okay.
So I will call him, and half of 195, we end up with some change, I believe.
I'll verify it once we get off this call.
You'll verify what?
The pricing, because I know we put it on our brochure.
I thought we did, but I didn't have a chance to look because I just got this today, so. If you would do that and get back to me, Sue, and I'll deal with them.
I will.
Bobby,
It's new residents, 80.
revisiting the whole composter thing, I do want to get those undercover. I know you were talking to Dave Smith, and I'm okay with that, but my question to you is, how do we deal with the logistics if they're stored in the highway department and somebody wants one? Who's gonna do
I
it?
guess we'd have to call Dave or one of the boys. We could do it at the old highway or maybe at the old fire station, Paul, either or. One's heated and they're both heated, but I don't know which
Yeah,
one
well,
is.
I don't, once again, I don't think we should be foisting it off on another department. It's our ball game. So if we're providing and selling them, we need to be the people hands-on with them.
Yeah, I agree. So one of us might need to have a key to the either the old highway barn or the if it's good with Dave, we'll talk to Dave and see where he thinks the best spot is.
Why not?
Pete didn't want him in that container, correct? Or
Correct, and ultimately, we're gonna be eliminating one of those containers, so,
Right.
you know.
okay,
I prefer to keep them down there because it's convenient, and right now, we could keep them in the take it or leave it. At least they'd be undercover, and
know.
they'd be more easily accessible. I just had that thought. I hadn't thought about take it or leave it before this.
Yeah.
Or how about the Boy Scout trailer? They're probably not using that right now either.
Yeah, no, I don't want to get tangled with them
Right.
because, you know, who knows
Right.
what's going to transpire there.
Yeah.
Eddie Bradley was supposed to give him a hand. Something happened there.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, stay out of that one. The old fire station, I think, is under Dave's purview. They keep the highway trucks in there too, Paul. That's not fire department at all anymore, I don't think. Only the
Yeah.
old rescue barn. But so maybe we should talk to David and see which one he thinks is best, Paul, and we'll just truck them up there and stack them. And then if we need one, we'll just get him or one of the boys during the day to let us in or give us a key. I know they keep the COA van in one, but you know, in the old fire station.
I think.
Do they keep the COA van in the old fire station or in the old highway barn?
Oh, highway barn.
That's what I thought. Yeah, the old
Yeah,
highway
yeah,
barn. Yeah.
I think the take it or leave it's better.
Yeah, if it's
That'll
open enough.
drive Pete absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll help sell them to get rid of them.
And you know what? The take it or leave it isn't going to be open for at least another 5 or 6 months.
Right.
Well, that's probably what we should do then. Do that and
All right, I'm going to be. I have to go down there tomorrow. I'll talk to him and request that he move that. Well, I guess I'll bring down the ones from highway.
I can help you, Paul. I'll put a mask on and help you if you need. You know, whatever you want to do.
Well, it's not so much I need help. It's just one person ought to do it. We don't need to involve a lot of people. And,
Okay. They are awkward though. That's all. But
yeah, but they're not heavy, fortunately.
no.
So.
Is there room in there, Paul? And take it or leave it now?
I gotta think so. I mean,
Yeah. Okay.
what are they? They're not even 4 feet in diameter. So
No.
I
I
mean,
just don't-
nobody's got to be going in and take it or leave it. So
No.
let me talk to Pete, and then I'll talk to you, Bobby.
All right. Sounds
All
good
right,
to me.
we'll leave it that way.
All right.
All right. I have nothing else.
You guys saw the website training for web updates?
We didn't. Yeah. No. Can you do that on an iPad, Sue?
Sure. Can you get
Okay.
on the internet?
I'm on the internet. That's what I mean. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get on the regular
Yeah.
internet.
And you should be able to do it on your iPad.
So we all should do this. You know. When is it, Sue?
Oh, I forwarded you the email, I thought, for the training.
I'll
On
look. I
Friday.
haven't. Okay.
Which is reminds me of a good point that I've wanted to make, and I keep forgetting to make it because other things get in the way, crowd my brain. But as elected members of an official board in this town, albeit we're kind of part-time volunteers, it's incumbent on us to be checking our emails at least twice a day. Certainly once in the morning by 9, 10 o'clock, and then again sometime in the afternoon. I mean, it's arbitrary, but that's the best way in this day of Zoom and everything else to stay somewhat tethered to what the hell's going on. Because things pop up and change, and you know, phone calls happen, and it's just, you know, it's crazy times. So we need to be diligent about how we do that.
Well, I think we used to always do it by phone, which is now switched to computers and,
Well, we all have emails, we all have texts, and that's the way everything is going. That's the direction it's going. It's not my favorite direction, but I'm
Well-
investing, in another 20, 25 years, I'll be good.
Very hopeful too, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to put a positive spin on things here, I haven't had a physical in a year and I feel good, so hey.
it's a new year. It's
All
gotta be
right,
better.
anybody have anything else before we adjourn?
I do not.
All right.
Take a vote.
Yeah, I got to call BP. I'm still waiting for some kind of official contract paperwork. They're on my list for tomorrow as well.
Okay.
All right. If I don't hear anything else,
And that we adjourn this meeting.
do I hear a second?
Second,
All in favor? Sue,
Aye.
Bobby,
all right.
Paul, aye. This meeting is adjourned.